We thought our bottleneck was the actual print production of the pieces. It turned out it was our cutting. On our first digital cut device, we were able to produce a box in just about 6 minutes. After we added the Kongsberg, we're under 2 minutes. I'm Brian Smith, and I own Squirrel Digital. I own a wide format printing business down in West Berlin, New Jersey. We produce everything from lawn signs to banners, vehicle graphics, trade show graphics, window clings, static clings. I began this business in the summer of 2016, out of house, with a latex printer and a laminator. So our first cutting device, which was added in 2019, got us until 2024. It does 65% of our work really, really well. The problem is the growth of our business, moving into packaging, moving into more routing, the accuracy of our first table just couldn't keep up with the demand that we had. Me and the guys were running a 24-hour shift to get the same job produced. So we added the Kongsberg this year, 2025, January. And since then, box production has improved dramatically. Overall cutting's improved dramatically. The quality of the cut, the zero of the table, the accuracy of the table. Our first cutting device, still conveyor driven, we never had a true zero on that device. Even after measuring that device, we would go to run a job. Our zero at the front of the table was never the same as the back of the table. On the Kongsberg, everything is perfect, beginning of the table to the end of the table. And the speed at which we're now able to run blades through our material has tripled. So our first big test for the Kongsberg this year was roughly 2,650 boxes. Produce them from scratch, where we're using the creasing wheel and the Coro speed knife. We were able to cut every one of those boxes with 2 blades. And that second blade we were still using on foam board for weeks after. Once we decided when we were ready for the Kongsberg to be delivered, the unit came out, technician popped it in place. Once it was set up and going, I mean, he had us cutting next day. I mean, this machine, the tools, the software, all new to us. My key operator for this piece of equipment, it was all new to him. And for him to have the comfort of cutting next day, live jobs, you can't pay enough for that. We didn't have any of the downtime, and we were able to produce 3,000 boxes, 4 minutes a piece faster. That all saves on production time, hours worked, waste of material. Before we're through the end of this year with just this program, this machine's gonna be paid for. You know, we knew what our shortcomings were. We knew cutting through honeycomb board, eagle cell board, falcon board was a problem for our first cutting device. We'd lose so many blades. So we needed to see the speed of the cut with the oscillating knife, just doing straight cuts. But more importantly, we needed to be able to cut a bevel cut on that same material and on 1/2-inch material without losing any blades and without damaging the material. So in the middle of the demo, I had them stop the demo, and I put your technician on the spot. I asked them to build me a box, cut it square on the top and the bottom, and give me a 45-degree cut up the left and right side on falcon board. And not only did it cut it beautifully, it cut it quick, clean, faster than we were ever able to cut on the other machine. And at that point, we were halfway through the demo and the machine was sold. I didn't really care what the price was at that point. Hopefully by the end of the year, we're replacing our first cutting device with a second Kongsberg. Then we'll have dual redundancy in here, identical bits, identical service team, identical products, identical software. We'll be able to grow our business even more. We're now able to transition this company to not only do packaging, but to actually do furniture for these trade shows. You know, a green solution we weren't able to offer in the past. Usually when a customer comes in, I tell them to pick 2 of the 3, cost, quality, or speed. I can give you 2 of the 3. I can't give you 3 of 3. Adding the Kongsberg, I can give you 3 of the 3.